That's what I'm going to focus on. We get it? We get it.
I'm Andrew Stack, and I'm a war correspondent. Holy shit. In 1999, I was in Indonesia when the country was on the brink of civil war.
That month of living dangerously.
We had to make a decision. Go east to cover the fighting, or go west to skip the entire mess and carry on with some adventures.
Oh
man, it's gonna be a tough one.
You almost didn't let us hide this fucking thing.
We chose Sumatra.
Make sure coconut doesn't fall on my head.
I might have gotten one or two shots.
I got a nice wide shot.
Awesome.
It's kind of nice.
We want it back?
Dude, $20, no.
You pocketed the cash.
You didn't know I was going to be here. Beautiful.
Surfer's ear.
Maybe. Are you okay? Are you all right?
To recap, Paul just crashed his bike, and we're trying to make it to Padang to catch an overnight ferry to the island of Nias.
We're gonna make it.
Our driver is trying to get us to the docks by sundown. The SS Kambuna is a decommissioned cruise ship, pre-Love Boat, from the 1970s. It's one of the few ferries not commandeered by the Indonesian military to transport troops to East Timor. The busy port of Sibolga is our halfway point. We'll pick up more passengers and then head back out to sea for a few more hours before arriving on Nias. Sibolga has a bad reputation for crime and violence. Waiting on the docks is a contingent of military officers overseeing a small fleet of commandeered boats. Mixed in with throngs of Indonesians are these two. Max and Stefan are from Tuscany. Note how Max talks with his hands. You'll see more of it.
What is the deal? I don't know.
Late arrivals are ferried to the ferry. Hanging steps dangle from the side of the Kambuna.
Diving for money.
We are getting off the boat, but crowds on the docks are trying to catch the Kambuna back to mainland Sumatra before the military commandeers it too, for use as a troop transport to East Timor. Let the insanity begin. Indonesians are famous for being excitable. This behavior is friendly, but the term amok was coined for Indonesians when they lose control.
Would you like some help with your surfboards?
Here we are in sunny Florida.
Enter two more characters.
Very strong.
Jason and Sunrisa are taking a break from surfing Hawaii to sample the surf on Nias.
6 happy guys, let's go to 20.
Few things are more entertaining than watching an Italian haggle with an Indonesian in English.
No, you go 6 No.
Max is trying hard to arrange a minivan for us to Saraki Beach.
I have time. I'm on holiday. We can stay here bargain all day long.
Max is going to wear him down through sheer force of will.
As long as we bargain, as time you waste. 8 raga, 300. That's it.
The drive used to take 6 hours through the jungle, but now there's a new road. If our trip is free of incident, it should be 3 or 4 hours from the north end of Nias to Saraki Beach in the south.
I've been traveling the last 3 days without a shower. I'm definitely close to the window.
115 out there.
Yes.
So why are we doing it that way again?
Half up front, half when we get there.
The driver says he needs half the cash up front to buy gas. It doesn't feel right, and we all know it, but we're not sure what we're missing. Once we fuel up, our driver ducks into a nearby cafe. He's refusing to drive us to Sirake Beach. He says the drive is too dangerous.
What's going on?
The driver, he don't want to take us in Sirake. Well, he collected some money, no?
Tell me what our money back.
You have to take your money back.
Eddie latched onto us in the bus yard. Now he's running interference for us. Other Indonesians treat Eddie badly, so he makes friends with Western travelers. Political correctness does not exist in Indo. Eddie's discriminated against right and left. His legs are the result of polio. He caught it as a kid before Indonesia got a handle on the disease. Eddie's grateful to anyone who treats him as an equal. We, on the other hand, appreciate his help. Without him, we could be stranded with darkness falling.
Hey, hey. How much you pay? How much you pay?
150,000.
150,000. Itu mah 150.000 I pay for you. 150
Suddenly, we're the main event. Not the sort of attention we want on the streets of Gunung Sitoli. Swimming in a sea of Indonesians, we may be in the right, but we need to wrap this up.
We gonna go? You ready to go? Let's go. Just lock ourselves in the car till Sirake Beach.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Get out of here.
I don't want to go there. Lying.
Our driver is solving the problem by switching with another driver who's also afraid to take us. And we're just learning the reason our driver doesn't want to go. Road pirates prey on vans like ours. Great. Our new driver wants to stop to drop off his cash before driving the corridor. To be safe, he leaves most of his money with his wife.
How many times to kiss their wife?
Most Indonesians don't drink, but our driver takes a stiff drink before hopping behind the wheel.
I can go for one myself.
Yeah. Fuck, crazy.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Eddie's eavesdropping and tells us our driver thinks tonight could be especially dangerous because a lot of recent arrivals are driving to Sirake.
He takes us there, we will pay him. No problem.
Gada na ba Sirake na be? Ibalik.
No smoke.
No smoke.
No smoke.
No smoke.
I'm going to start a revolution over here, as worst as the one is going on in Timor.
This sticker says everything. Locals took the time to have this printed. They're aware of peacekeeping troops in East Timor at this very moment. Barely halfway there, we run into this. We're all wondering if it's a setup. But it really is just a truck with a flat tire.
And that jack doesn't look reliable at all.
And as soon as we pass it, we really are getting a flat tire ourselves. And our jack is broken. So we're lifting the van by hand.
Take it up, take it up. Put the new one in.
Roughly 600 pounds of gear are still inside, but we want to get the tire changed as quickly as possible, so we don't bother unloading. We know we're easy targets on the side of the road.
Well, first what we'll do is we'll tighten these down as much as we can. And then we'll lift it.
If we lift, you do it in the cross.
And to make matters worse, we're only just finding out. The gas tank has a leak.
You should see this dripping into this bottle. Saving the gas.
I saved the gas.
Not to mention the spare tire looks worse than the one it's replacing.
Oh, now it broke. That's it.
The end of the lug wrench snapped off. Hope we don't need it again.
Here you go.
Bad luck today, my friend.
Next time, send me to Kosovo. We were kind of lucky to actually make it.
Finally, after the longest night we've seen so far, we arrive. Max and Stefan waste no time getting to the surf.
Yeah?
Paul and I haven't even put our bags down yet.
Are you coming back with us?
We're moving down to the beach right now.
The first stroll down the beach doesn't suck. Jason's recounting how he and Sunrisa met.
So she was pouring beer off the balcony. I was drinking it like this, and our eyes met. And it was just instant.
Oh boy.
Her and a couple of friends were on the top deck of a balcony about this high, pouring beer like this.
We were trying to find
Off the
someone
balcony.
that would let us pour it into their mouth.
It was a slow process.
A lot of drunken nights together
Someplace.
and sober mornings.
More pain. That was nice.
This rite is known as 8 seconds of bliss. If conditions are right and surfers set up properly, that's how long this barrel can last. Of course, if they take off too deep, they could be in there a lot longer. We all have our own ideas of the perfect relationship. Maybe the glass is greener for Jason and Sunrisa. Sorake's waves break into deep water off a reef in the mouth of Lagundri Bay.
Makes the wave break good.
Sunrisa is a marine scientist.
Coral reef specialist.
She and Jason are recent University of Hawaii grads.
I'm certified to teach high school science. Gonna stay in Indonesia probably 2 or 3 months altogether. I love Indonesia.
Indo has the same effect on me and virtually everyone I've met here.
Whoa, look at that.
Paul's shooting video of us from the top of the scoring tower at the end of the beach. He's trying to descend the tower so we can locate a hut on the beach to rent.
We didn't go back yet.
Unfortunately, these guys are from the not gonna take no for an answer school of salesmanship.
5,000. How long it take you to make? 3 days.
These hawkers wouldn't be so desperate
Not right now.
if the crisis in East Timor hadn't put a damper on travel.
We come back. We can't buy now. We have to go change money.
You have not left. I said later. You have not left. You've been with me all the time.
You're gonna come back. If you want to sell that, you come back.
You did not know I was going to be here.
If you engage these guys, you gotta expect this. It's sad. They need the money, but they're nothing less than a constant annoyance. We can't get around them. Their carvings show incredible craftsmanship, but they'd increase sales if they were selling something we needed, like toilet paper or sunblock. Our hut is owned by the Bu'ulolo family. Say that 5 times fast. 3 generations of the Bu'ulolo women work our kitchen. The youngest is Masmin.
You're embarrassed to be on camera.
First order of business, getting something to eat. All meals are made from scratch. The vegetables in our veggie burgers are fresh: garlic, tomatoes, and carrots, held together by a potato mash. The stove is fired by palm wood and coconut husks. Nothing happens quickly, but it's worth the wait. You order breakfast the night before, and you order dinner when breakfast is served. Otherwise, you won't be eating anywhere near the time you planned. Lunch is served by Masmin's older sister, Henny. If you like fresh, it truly doesn't get any better than this.
Eating our lunch on the veranda.
This is great.
Your food is very good.
The second order of business is clean clothes. Laundry takes a full day to dry.
After a rough day of riding big waves, it's nice to come home and have your laundry done.
He usually does it.
Work.
Oh shit. Wash his trunks. We can go surf tomorrow.
You think this is cool? You should see an iron just to heat up a rock. I'm going out with the boys to get a beer.
Okay, honey. The waves are flat, so this is what there is to do. It's a little trippy being on spectacle.
Children follow Sunrisa everywhere. They almost never see blonde hair.
I've got an audience for washing my clothes. Beautiful! Maaf, saya tidak ada. Kenapa? Hello! Hello, mister!
Sunrisa's words are echoed back to us a lot.
Hello, mister. Hello, mister. What is your
Name. Name. Hello. Is this the Johnson Insurance Agency? Yes, it is. Is Mr. Johnson in?
Local children learn English not from a textbook,
Oh, there's your book.
but from an old American sales manual.
Can you read that?
Hello, it's T. Johnson. Stan Johnson. Hello, it's Stan Johnson.
Insurance
Insurance
Agency.
They're learning English by pretending to buy insurance in a country where the very idea of insurance is a foreign concept.
All the struggle and the hard work to get here, it paid off at least, you know, because the waves are good, really nice, close to the beach.
You seemed like you were pretty happy when you came up singing California Girls.
Yes, I was very happy. I'm still happy now.
The waves aren't big today, but as expected, they are perfectly formed.
Look at the speed. Very nice, man.
At the end of the point, it's the most dangerous wave in Lagundri Bay. It's known as indicators.
Once the set comes in, we'll say something cool.
Set, you see?
As the name implies, it's the first sign of the size of waves arriving from the open ocean.
Tomorrow is going to be big.
It's easy to gauge tide levels too by watching water rush into and out of the tiered tidal basin. Locals tell stories of surf fins barely clearing the reef at indicators. If you fall, the reef is like a bed of steak knives. Local medical help probably won't be able to help.
Someone was killed there this year. They surfed it during the competition. Somebody got killed.
Yeah? No way.
I suppose if you like surfing, it's a perfect way to go.
How you feeling?
Penny is suffering the effects of recurring malaria.
Fever, you know, malaria body.
It's 90 degrees, but she's freezing cold and sweating.
Sometimes hot and sometimes cold, and so you get a fever, you know.
How do you break the fever?
Food like that, and so get water.
Ground papaya had little more than a placebo effect. Cerebral malaria can cause death, but Henny's isn't that severe. Her current outbreak has lasted 1 week.
How long will you be sick?
I don't know.
The mosquito that gave her malaria bit her a long time ago.
20 years ago, I have malaria mosquito.
Did they use chemicals to kill the mosquitoes?
No.
Airplanes come in and spray?
Yeah, before, but now no.
For us, avoiding malaria is priority one.
If they want to inject me with malaria, they have to work their ass off very hard. That's it.
Larium prevents malaria from replicating in the liver, but it has the nasty side effect of making it hard to think straight.
They suck your brains out through a straw.
With that, Paul lights a mosquito coil and pops a Larium tab.
You said it, brother.
It's a lazy day in paradise.
We crash out for a few hours. Coming up, on land or sea, the junior sales team on Nias presses its point.
What did you sell for 30,000?
2 foam wax.
Then I get cleaned up to sample Indonesia's dirty habit.
You know, this could get you 5 to life, I think, in the States. I'm not really sure.